Imagine you get one trip into the past, not to change history, not to save someone, just to ask questions. 5 questions, total, no follow-ups. No, wait, what do you mean? One question per person, and you can ask anyone who ever lived. That means you don't waste it on trivia. You don't ask, what was it like? You ask things that could rewrite what we think we know, secrets that died with people, ideas that never got finished, truths buried under myth. But there's a catch. Time travel doesn't reward curiosity. It rewards strategy. Because a good question isn't interesting. It's weaponized. It forces a clear answer, and it gives you something you can bring back that no one else can. So here are my 5, each one aimed at the biggest mystery in its category: a missing breakthrough, a lost knowledge vault, a buried truth, a hidden identity, and a conspiracy level event where the official story still feels incomplete. And at the end, I want your list. Because if I'm allowed 5, you're allowed 5 too. First stop, Albert Einstein. Not because he's the smartest human ever, but because he's the symbol of unfinished business. Einstein spent the last part of his life chasing one obsession, a unified theory, one framework that connects gravity and everything else. He didn't get it. Or at least he didn't publish anything that worked. So my question isn't, how does the universe work? That's too broad. My question is surgical, Einstein. Well, what was the single biggest mistake in your approach to a unified theory? Not what did you try, not what do you believe. The biggest mistake. Because if he answers honestly, you get 2 outcomes. Either his approach was fundamentally doomed, or there was a missing conceptual key he never accepted. And this matters because modern physics is still bleeding from that wound. We have incredible models, we have mind-bending math, but we still don't have a clean bridge between gravity and quantum reality. So one answer from Einstein could do something insane. It could save decades of wrong turns, or confirm that the path itself was flawed, and we should stop worshiping the dream. That's not just science, that's the future shape of civilization. Second stop, Nikola Tesla. And no, not the meme version. The real Tesla, brilliant, chaotic, obsessed with electricity and transmission. After Tesla died, a lot of people claim his papers got taken. Some say it was nothing. Some say it was everything. Here's the thing, I don't even need to lean into conspiracy to make this valuable, because Tesla absolutely had designs and prototypes that never became mainstream. So my question is, Tesla, what is the most practical invention you created that the world never adopted? And what stopped it? That question forces a real answer. Was it a technical limitation? Was it cost? Was it safety? Was it politics? And if he gives a real blueprint level explanation, you don't just get cool history, you get a missing branch of engineering, something that could still be built today. Because here's the dirty secret of progress. A lot of ideas don't fail because they're wrong. They fail because the world isn't ready to fund them, or the inventor wasn't stable enough to scale them. So with Tesla, I'm not chasing magic, I'm chasing a forgotten practical breakthrough, the kind that could quietly reshape energy. Third stop, ancient Alexandria. But I'm not asking a king, I'm asking someone close to knowledge. Hypatia, mathematician, philosopher, teacher, a symbol of a world where learning mattered until it didn't. And here's the real mystery. The Library of Alexandria isn't just a building that burned. It's a black hole in human history. We don't even know exactly what was lost. So my question is, Hypatia, if you could save only one category of knowledge from Alexandria, what would it be and why? This is a cheat code question, because she doesn't have to list a million scrolls. She chooses the most important type: medicine, engineering, astronomy and mechanics, navigation, chemistry. And whatever she chooses tells you something terrifying. What we lost wasn't just books. We lost time. Centuries of progress possibly vanished. And if she points to something specific, It changes how you see human civilization, not as a steady climb, but as a fragile candle, one political collapse away from darkness. Fourth stop, Leonardo da Vinci. The reason I choose him is simple. He wasn't just a genius. He was a bridge between imagination and engineering, and he left behind notebooks full of concepts that look modern, but a lot of his work was incomplete. Not because he couldn't, because he didn't have the materials, or the time, or the interest to finish everything. So my question is, Leonardo, what was the one invention you believed would change the world, but you never completed? And I want it framed as the one, not a list, because Leonardo's answer would reveal what he personally considered the highest leverage idea. Was it flight dots, mechanics, hydraulics, weapons, medicine? And the reason this is powerful is psychological, because Leonardo is like a mirror. If even he believed one specific invention was the future, then that's the road humanity was always meant to take. We just took it later, or we took it differently. Either way, the answer becomes content gold, a lost what-if blueprint from history's most famous mind. Now the fifth question has to be the one that detonates comment sections. The conspiracy level question. But I'm not doing aliens, not Atlantis. I want something with real historical weight, where the official story exists, but the human truth is murky. So I'm asking Julius Caesar, right before his assassination, because here's what's wild. The assassination wasn't just a murder. It was a pivot point. It reshaped Rome. It reshaped power, and it indirectly shaped the Western world. So my question is, Caesar, name the one person you trusted most who was secretly against you. That answer is venom, because Caesar was surrounded by allies, rivals, opportunists, and history gives us names, but not always the inner map of betrayal. If he reveals a name you wouldn't expect, it reframes the entire event, and more importantly, it teaches a brutal lesson about humans. Empires don't collapse only from outside pressure. They collapse from inside relationships. From who smiles at you while sharpening the knife. That's the kind of truth that feels like a conspiracy, because it shows how power really works. Now step back. These 5 questions look different. Physics, energy, lost knowledge, invention, betrayal, but they all attack the same problem. Humanity loses progress in 2 ways. 1, we never finish the breakthrough. 2, we bury the truth. Einstein shows unfinished understanding. Tesla shows abandoned practicality. Alexandria shows lost accumulation. Leonardo shows unrealized leverage. Caesar shows hidden human motives. So if I came back with these 5 answers, it wouldn't just be cool facts. It would be a different model of history. A model where knowledge is fragile, genius is rare, and truth is political. That's why time travel questions matter. Not because they're fun, because they expose the real mechanics of civilization. So that's my list. 5 questions, 5 people, and if I'm being honest, even that feels too small, because every answer would generate 10 new questions. But that's the point. The past isn't just what happened. It's an okean to oshtamin naim. Now your turn. If you had 5 questions, and you could ask anyone in history, who would you ask? And what would your question be? One rule, it has to be a question that forces a real answer. No tell me everything. One sharp question. Drop your 5 in the comments. Best answers. I'll turn into the next episode.